having examined and drawn a conclusion about the nature of Jiva and Prakriti, now we need to liberate the Jiva from Prakriti. So how to do this? By means of Amanitva, Adambitva, all these qualities helps us to liberate this Jiva from the Prakriti. Okay, we are speaking about liberation, about the Jiva from Prakriti, but what is the cause of the bondage itself? Because of this bondage, we have to liberate. But what is the cause of the bondage? The cause of the bondage, Karanam Guna Sangasya. Because of the relationship with the Gunas, we have bondage. Now we should understand how to remove this Guna from us. That's why the 14th chapter is given, Gunatraya Vibhaga Yoga. So what are the Gunas? Here Arjuna's question is, what are the Gunas? What Krishna is going to deal here is, what are those Gunas and how these Gunas, they work, and what are the results of associating with those Gunas, and what are the characteristics of person who is having certain Gunas, and how to become free from this Guna. So this is what we are going to understand. By knowing all the answers for this, then we develop taste for knowing Atma, and by means of this we get above the three Gunas. So Krishna starts, Param Bhoya Pravakshami Jnananam Jnanamuttamam Yajñatva Munaya Sarve Param Siddhim Mitogataha. Krishna says, Param Bhuyaha. Again, Arjuna, I'm going to speak to you. Param Bhuyaha, which is very higher topic than previously I have discussed. Jnananam Jnanamuttamam. It is the best of all knowledge. Krishna is exaggerating, because already he has spoken the highest knowledge. And knowing about three modes, about Sattva Raja Tamo Guna, it's not something very big. But like us, already Arjuna maybe is bored already. Okay, Krishna, enough. Enough, please, when you are going to stop? Because I just ask you one question, you just keep on giving me answer. Enough, already you have said me. You already gave me the answer. Okay, this Bhakti Yoga is highest. If you cannot do Bhakti Yoga, you do this. If you cannot do this, you do this. If you cannot do this, you do this. Nishkama Karma completed. Okay, and Yoma Bhakta Samaya Priyaha, you have already explained about who is the dearest devotee. Explained everything. Finish. No, Krishna is not finishing. You hear completely what I'm saying. So Krishna is saying that I'm going to tell you something very great knowledge. And then Arjuna is like, oh, something greater than previously discussed. What is that? He is very attentive. When he is attentive, he just gives the knowledge, and Arjuna is thinking, wait a minute, you told me that you are going to speak something higher, but where is that? Just now I said, no, that is not the higher, because already have spoken higher than this. So here Krishna is going to speak about this knowledge. By means of knowing this, you can get out of this world. He says that Yajñatva Munayaha Sarve. So by means of knowing this, many rishis, they have already Param Siddhim Mitogataha. They have attained perfection. So it is for munis, it is for rishis, not for us. Because ultimately, this is like a contemplation. The muni, what he does, he is akarma, he is not doing anything. So he is a jnani. So what he does, he sits in the forest, he meditates, and he tries to think whether how I am situated, whether I am in a tamo guna, whether my rajoguna is increasing, or I am in sattva guna, or how to come beyond these three gunas. He will be contemplating, doing meditation. So in this way, he tries to get out of this three gunas by carefully studying about these gunas. So that's what Krishna says. When you understand these three gunas, then you can get out of this three gunas. But don't worry, we don't have to be a munis, because at the end of this chapter, Krishna will give a very easy path how to get out of this three modes of material nature. So Krishna is praising about this knowledge. By understanding about this, then you can understand the soul, Paramuttamam, because it contains all the other practices. So this material research, like in this world, many scientists are doing so many research. So this is like a research actually. This whatever we are studying here, this jnana portion, it's like a research actually. If you see scientists, they also do so many kinds of research. So the end of that research is spiritual knowledge actually. Because if you see scientists, they get involved, they they start contemplating on something, they start to think about it, they start to meditate on it, they get completely involved in it. They are just like rishis. If you see scientists, they are also just like rishis. They forget about their eating, they forget about their sleep, they forget about their social behavior, they forget everything. It's just completely observed. When you're observed, then you come to a different understanding. Then all the subtle things get revealed to you. Like scientists, we are also seeing so many things, we are also observing so many things, but we don't see the things. Why? Because we are not contemplating on it. But scientists, what they do, they give up the external sense enjoyment, they give up all the external activities, and they start contemplating on one thing again and again, and they come up with so many different kinds of knowledge. So this is also complete knowledge. So scientists, those who involve in this material kinds of research, they ultimately have to come to this spiritual knowledge, because whatever scientists they are now discovering, everything has connection in our spiritual literature. Like television or technology, whatever technology that we are using for communication or medicine, or we have astronomy, we have transportation, everything has connection in the spiritual realm. But those rishis, they have already crossed that and they have started to contemplate on Atma, because that is highest. So now the scientists, those who are contemplating on these material things, when they get involved more in the science, then slowly they will be pushed to accept the reality of Atma. So, so that's what here Krishna is going to explain about this three modes of material nature, how it is working. So this knowledge can be attained by means of approaching a guru. That's what Krishna says here. Upashritya, yajnana upashritya. So upashritya means by approaching a spiritual master, you can get this knowledge. By this knowledge, he attains my qualities. What are the qualities? Apahatatma, vijaraha, vishokaha, vimrutyuhu, satya sankalpaha, satya kamaha. So all these 8 qualities that we have mentioned about the liberated soul. So by means of understanding these 3 modes of material nature, he attains the nature of the God, that is these 8 qualities. And he doesn't have birth and death. He doesn't have to go through sarga and pralaya. So by following this process, many have attained liberation. So this is how Krishna introduces this chapter, and he enters the chapter from